Good morning everyone. Students, in the previous class we have discussed chapter number 11, marketing management, and the topic was marketing mix, and we have studied regarding the various mix of the marketing. Well, today we will discuss the last element of the marketing mix, that is promotion. Well, what do you understand by its name, promotion? I have discussed with you people in the class like movies, promo of the movie, that is promotion of the movie. So all these people, they are getting together and they are advertising their movie. I mean the director and the people who are casting in that, and rest of the people who are attached to the movie somehow, they are coming and they are explaining, telling short story they are telling, and the funny events, the moments, I mean all these things are, and people they are very keen to watch all that. So that is promo of the movie, promotion of the movie, a kind of advertisement of the movie. When we watch this promo, so we just come to know about the story and contents of that movie, and we feel very excited to watch that. We wait like anything to watch. Okay, so in the same way, when producers launch any new product, fine, so they also do the promotion of their product. Promotion means people or public or the customers, they must know about your product. If somebody knows about your product, only then they buy that. Okay, so this is promotion. In this way, we have a promotion mix. Means what are the elements which are a part of this promotion process. Here, we try to induce the customers to come and buy our product through the different methods. Okay, so in this promotion mix, we have the various elements. As you can see, the first one is advertising, means they follow the different methods. Advertising, then sales promotion, third one is personal selling, and then public relations. Okay, all these are part of a promotion list, promotion mix. So we will be discussing one by one. First comes your advertising. Well, that's well known by all of you. Advertising means it is a mass media where we send this information through the different channels. We can use the print media, and we can use the televisions, right? And certain other methods are available these days. So through these medias, we give the news and information to the public. Okay, so advertisement can be defined as the paid form of non-personal presentation and promotion of idea, goods or services by an identified sponsor. Here the meaning of identified sponsor means the company which is sponsoring that. Identified, we know it very well, and it's a paid form of non-personal presentation. Paid form, of course they have to pay for this. Okay, non-personal presentation means personally you are not telling anyone. Through this media you are informing to the public. Okay, now it's an impersonal presentation where a standard or common message regarding the merits, price and availability of the product or service is given by the producer or marketer. The advertisement builds pull effect on advertising, tries to pull the product by directly appealing to customers to buy it. Well, they are trying. What we find in advertisement, students, these advertisements are very suggestive, and they tell about the merits, not the demerits here. They tell about the merit of that particular product and rest of the things related to that product. Okay, and this attracts the customer to buy that. Now, from the above definition which we have, I have just read it for you. So what are the features of the advertisement we find? The first one is paid form. We know that one has to pay for this. Free of cost, no advertisement can be done. Second is impersonality. There is no face-to-face contact between the consumers and advertiser. The advertiser who is providing that and the customers to whom we are providing, they are not in touch of each other. That's not face-to-face communication. Okay, through this media, advertisement media, we are conveying the things. Third one is identified sponsor, as we have taught. So this is advertisement is given by an identified company, firm or individual. The person who is providing the advertisement, that is known. Okay, so identified sponsors. So these were the features of advertising. Now we will talk about certain merits and demerits. What are the merits of this advertisement? First one is reach. Isn't it, students? It's very easy to reach with the people. Like the product is at one place, we are not known to that at all. But through this advertisement, that comes in the reach of the public. We can come to know about that information. So advertising can reach a large market as through various media of advertisement there is a benefit of mass reach. For example, any message given to all India radio, television that reaches to the different corner of the country and reaches to the persons. Okay, so its reach is very wide. Next one is choice. There is a wide variety of the media available. Students, I have told you we have the videos, audio, visual, print media. I mean, so many options are there. You can choose any one of that, and sometimes, depends upon the company's strategy. Company chooses all the medias if it wants to reach to the whole, whole community and whole country. Okay. So under each category, large variety is available. For example, in print media, we can select from magazines. Even internally under these medias, we have certain choices. So like they are talking about the print media. So we have the magazines, newspapers, banners and certain other things are there which you can opt according to your convenience. So this variety or choice helps the marketer to select the media keeping in mind the target of the customers. Okay. Now, third one or third merit you can say, that is legitimacy. Legitimacy means these advertisements, they give a message regarding the product or service. When any company is giving you the message through that advertisement, so that is a proof with everyone that you are telling that Fair and Lovely makes one fair. That means we have to believe their word because they are telling that. And otherwise also so many products are shown in the advertisement. So if they are telling something, they are describing some feature of that product, so easily we can believe that. Okay, because tomorrow if that doesn't happen, so we can hold the person liable for that, and we can make them liable for the false statement. Okay, so under each category, sorry, this is in advertisement, the messages regarding the product or service are given publicly to customers, so there is always a proof for it, and customers believe that publicly the company will not give false information to the product. The customer feel comfortable to buy this product in this way. Okay, so that's quite helpful for the advertiser. Next is expressiveness. Advertising provides enough opportunities to marketers to dramatize the masses with the help of certain pictures, certain drama, words and all that. As we know, we watch the advertisements on the TV, that they are free to express the quality of that particular product through these kind of things. So they can easily express the use of product through various techniques and can add multimedia effect also. Next is economy. It's always felt that advertising increases the cost of product or services, but advertising is considered economical as compared to other promotional techniques because it reaches masses, and if we calculate the cost per customer or item, so that is very reasonable. So this is economical, means you can say we can, the price doesn't increase like anything. Economy, this is economical if we use the advertisement. The first element of this promotional mix, advertising, comparatively to the rest of them, personal selling and all that. Because of course, here they spend a huge amount on the advertisement, but their production, their customers, how much they are selling. So if they spread the cost of this advertisement on all the products, so that comes very less. Okay? So this is economic. Next one is enhancing customer satisfaction and confidence. Customer feel more assured about quality and feel more comfortable if sponsors claim these benefits in advertising. I've told you just before, students, when publicly they are telling, so legitimacy is there. So they believe that when they have expressed something publicly, so they are forced to believe that thing. If somebody is admitting publicly, they are expressing something publicly, so that will be true. So enhancing customer satisfaction and confidence and satisfaction of the customer increases in their product. Alright students, so that was about the advertising. This was the first mix of your promotional mix. Promotion, I hope the word is clear. Promotion means you are promoting your product. आप अपने product को advertise कर रहे हैं through the different method. उसको like you are trying from all the means to provide it to the customer. Second one is sales promotion. Well, when you have come to the sale, you are trying to increase the sale. Sale promotion refers to short-term use of incentives or other promotional activities that stimulate the customer to buy the product. It's telling the short-term incentives or other promotional activities they are adopting, okay, to increase the sales. Sale promotion techniques are very useful because they bring certain benefits to you. Sale promotion, these techniques are very beneficial because that provides a lot of benefits to the customers. So the first one is short and immediate effect on sale. Well, when you are advertising this way, you are providing the incentives and all for the short time of period, fine. Discount you are providing, certain other kind of gifts you are giving. So what do you think, students? During the festival time, दो के साथ एक free. So this increases the sale, isn't it? So these kind of things are included in the sales promotion. So short and immediate effect on the sale. Okay. Next one is stock clearance is possible with the sales promotion. So these kind of techniques you are adopting, certain coupons are giving and certain other things are there, and you must be watching online shopping these days. Okay, they have provided so many offers to the public. So that thing encourages the public to buy more and more. So this is also a part of the sales promotion. So stock clearance is possible because of this. Now sales promotion techniques induce customers as well as the distribution channels also. Okay, this induces the customers as well as the distribution channels. Both are a part of this motivated. Next and last one is sales promotion techniques help to win over the competitors, and this way you can fight with your competitors, or you can say you can win over your competitors. Easily you can get out of this problem. Alright. So this was the sales promotion, and that should be clear that certain incentives or other promotional activities. Other promotional activities means kind of offers, discounts and all. Okay. Well, now we have a third one, personal selling. Understand its name, students. Personal selling, what is it suggesting you? Personal selling means personally you are in touch of the customers, door-to-door service you are providing, you are going and convincing the customers kind of thing. So its meaning is personal selling means selling personally, that's very clear. This involves face-to-face interaction between seller and buyer for the purpose of sale. The personal selling doesn't mean getting the prospects to desire what seller wants, but the concept of personal selling is also based on customer satisfaction. Here personal satisfaction is not that only what the seller wants, rather it wants that customer satisfaction. Okay, means customer satisfaction is also important in this. Now what are the features of personal selling? What is included in that? First one, personal interaction, that we know that. The shops which we find in the city, these are also a method of the personal selling. So here in personal selling, the buyer and seller have face-to-face interaction. This closeness allows both the parties to observe each other's action closely, and easily they can identify, they can find out the expressions of the customer. Are they willing to buy or they are not? So easily the shopkeeper can convince if they are not willing. According to their choices, they can show the items and all. Next one is two-way communication. That's very clear, students. In the communication topic we have studied. One-way communication means one is speaking only and there is no feedback of the other one. But here two-way communication, whatever shopkeeper is speaking, the customer is listening, understanding, and whatever customer is speaking and telling, expressing his choice and all, so that shopkeeper is getting. So two-way communication is always better. If customer doesn't like anything, doesn't like this product, so shopkeeper can show something else, and that way he can satisfy the customer and sale increases. Next is your better response. When seller is personally explaining the utilities of the product, so that's always good, and the better response we get. When you are sitting at one place, self-service is there, customer just come, watch, if they like something, they get, and otherwise go. So that doesn't work. But if you are involved yourself, you just call the customers, tell them to sit, and you ask them, what do you want, tell me your choice, I'll show you. So he's involved like anything, not only 1 to 10, hundreds of the item he's showing. Okay, so helping him to select the best item. So this is always providing a better response. Then relationship. When the seller and buyer comes together, this may improve relations between customers and seller. So salespersons normally make friendly relations with the customer, and that is the reason that customers again go to that shop only, because they have the nice behavior and dealings with their customer. Okay. Then we have better convincing. That's very, very true, students. Better convincing if personally you are involved. See, when you do the online shopping and if you don't like something, so nobody is there to convince you. But if it is a personal selling, you are going to the shop, or this is somebody is coming to you at your doorstep, so easily you can put up the question and they can convince you. They can tell you the merits of this product and convince you according to your requirements. You can tell your choice, you can tell your requirements. Okay, so they can deal accordingly and they can provide you the product like that. Right, students? So here we have completed this personal selling also. So this personal selling and advertisement, although these are two different things, so they have given certain points of the differences. Let's talk about it. If we talk about form, so advertising, it's an impersonal form of communication. It's not personal. Advertising is impersonal because whatever the media you have selected, you are not personally in touch with the people. So this is impersonal. And personal selling, of course, personally you are in touch of your customer. Okay. Flexibility, if we talk, so this is less flexible. Advertisement, once you have either printed or you have recorded so and so, so no changes can be there. Changes can be there, but not so easy. But in personal selling, flexible messages can be changed according to the type of the customers, and whatever you are saying, you can change the thing if his requirement has changed, his taste has changed, or he has expressed something, so you can react accordingly. So the things are more flexible. Then we talk about the reach. So it reaches the masses. Advertisement can reach to the mass, means large number of people. It can reach to the large number of people, but personal selling, only limited number of customers can be contacted. Cost, if you talk about cost per person is less, as at it covers large number of people. I have just already explained the cost of advertisement is very reasonable, although it is costly, but if we spread this total cost on the number of items produced or sold, so that is very less comparatively to personal selling. Here, as they are in touch of less number of people, so here the cost is more. Now we'll talk about the coverage. This covers market in short time, because you are advertising the thing and you have contacted the mass, means a lot of people you have contacted, but it takes long time to cover the market. Okay. Now, use of the mass media, who uses that? Makes use of mass media such as TV, radio, newspaper. So these are the media which uses, if you want to advertise your product, we uses these medias. And personal selling don't make use of mass media. Okay, this doesn't reach to the number of people or more people. Now, if we talk about the feedback, so no direct feedback can be obtained because you have advertised the product. Feedback can be noticed when your customers are buying these products. But in case of personal selling, immediately we can have the feedback, we can take the feedback. I have displayed something, I have suggested something to the customers. So either they have purchased or they didn't purchase, I can easily come to know about it, so I can have the feedback immediately. Then you have useful for whom it is useful. So more useful for standardized and customer product. You have a standardized item, okay? So, or customer's product where the quality is fixed and everything is fixed. Like standardized, we can say this is the best word to use. So this is suitable for these kind of product. Advertisement is suitable. And personal selling, more useful for industrial and customized product. Customized product means for the different kind of customer, different products are useful. Okay, as we go to the market to purchase sari and suits. Okay, so here this works. Personal selling is very useful. They tell us something. I mean the qualities and special features of that particular sari and all. So that affects on the customers better. So students, here we have the last mix of that, public relations. That's very, very important. Apart from four major elements of marketing mix, another important tool of marketing is maintaining public relations. In simple word, public relation means maintaining public relations with public. By maintaining public relation, companies create goodwill. Students, public relation. How do you come in the touch of the public? Right? So we have certain things we will study here. That is very important if you want to have the success in your business. Public relation means providing after sales services. You are in touch of your customers, you take the feedback, you deal with the grievances and all. If they have any problem, you sort out those problems. You take the feedback, you do the research work and all. Okay. So public relation, evaluate public attitude, identify the policies and procedures of an organization with the public interest to earn public understanding and acceptance. That you have to do. You have to take the feedback of the public, either they are satisfied with your product or no. So methods and tools of the public relation, how you can make the public relations, which methods are there. So first one is news. Okay. So sometimes companies get involved in such kind of activities or make such policies so that they get some positive coverage in news. For example, a company's name may be covered in news for reservation of jobs for women or for introducing new technology, so and so. Okay. So it's telling that tools and techniques of the public relation, how do you reaches the public? Okay. So through the news you reaches to the public, you have done something good images there. So you sometimes your product, your work, your thing, your service is covered by the news. So that is one of the thing. Second one is the speeches. So the speeches given by the leaders or leaders of corporate sectors influence various members of public, especially bank shareholders, etc. Public relation departments creates occasions when the speeches are delivered by the leader of company. So through the speeches also you reach to the public. Public relations you maintain. So here especially they are talking about the members of the company, or you can say the leaders of the company. They deliver their speech, and these banks, shareholders and rest of the people who are interested in the business, they influenced by their speech. Okay, so that way also you can maintain your public relations with the public. Events. Events refer to organizing press conferences, multimedia presentation, matches, stage show, etc. This way also business. Business here, business means your product. In fact, everything you are doing for your product, to sell out your product, because our topic is sales promotion, promotion mix, sales promotion. प्रमोशन किसका कर रहे हैं, सेल्स का कर रहे हैं, अपने प्रोडक्ट का कर रहे हैं. सो व्हाट आर द इंग्रेडिएंट्स हियर? सो promotion mix is having all these four elements. Okay, so here we are talking about the public relations. How do you make the public relation, how it affects on that. So you arrange certain events, and through these events you come in the contact of the public. So this also helps you. Next is written material. Through this also you come close with the public. Sometimes written materials such as balance sheet, annual reports, special documents, brochures, etc. are circulated to various parties to improve and maintain public image of the company. That's very true, students. When you have good profits and all, your company is doing well, nice goodwill it is enjoying, and every year company has to publish its statement of P&L and its balance sheet. Okay, so this is also one of the media to come close to the public. Okay, public companies, they have to publish it for the public, and of course public will just go through it. It will watch it, it will observe it. If somebody wants to invest the shares and all, if you want to know about the company, so they will watch that. So this is also one of the media. Through written material, company come in the contact of public. Next and last is your public service activities. Big business houses often associate themselves with various social service projects such as women welfare programs, charity show, upkeeping of parks, planting trees on roadside, training schools, running schools, colleges, hospitals, etc. We have discussed it many times in the classroom that business, if wants to survive for a long time of the period in the market, so it has to provide certain social services. So these all were the social service. Business can run a hospital, they can open a schools, colleges, and in the work, in the field of sports and health. So they can do anything in these area. Okay. So public service activities. If business is providing these kind of activities, social activities it is performing, so it comes in the contact of the public very easily, right students? So this was the public relation. Every business who wants success, they have to maintain their relation with the public. So public relations should be there. Well, that's all students in this chapter. We have completed it. So once again I'm telling you, the video lecture which we are delivering, that is just an idea about it. You must listen it carefully, but you have to go through your chapter yourself. Okay, listen the video, go through the chapter, try to learn it properly, and then prepare your notes. That will be very helpful.